It was a cold evening. There was a dinner, a few friends. Nothing I would usually remember, given the fact that these are irregular occurrence here. We then went to my friend's place. A few of us. We all sat around, made drinks, talked. We talked politics, sports, fashion, art, the future. What followed? What followed there is probably what made my night stand out. He proceeded to ask the girls what they wanted to accomplish in life. One replied, she wanted a successful modeling career. The other, an actress. He then looked at me and said, "What about you?" I paused. I took a sip from my drink. I felt this intoxicating sensation, but it wasn't related to the alcohol. I wanted to speak, I did. In my mind, I said 1,000 words. But nothing was coming out. As I snapped back, happy, I barely said. It doesn't matter what gets me there. Happy is the goal. Nobody said a word. The girls stood still. My boy looked at me with a smirk on his face, nodding his head in approval. He raised his glass. I raised mine back. Everyone joined. Nobody said a word. We all knew nothing else needed to be said. No matter what you want on the surface, happiness is not an occupation, nor an achievement. It's an emotion you feel when you open your eyes. Every single morning until the last.
I wonder what you would do if you had the power to dream at night any dream you wanted to dream. You would, I suppose, start out by fulfilling all your wishes.
Authenticity is an important quality to me. You can get caught up in looking a certain way or feeling like they need to fit into these societal molds. But you don't.
Fear is not real. The only place that fear can exist is in our thoughts of the future.
You could design for yourself what would be the most ecstatic life. Love affairs, banquets, wonderful journeys.
People will always try to tell you what he can and cannot do. But that has everything to do with them and nothing to do with you.
Being yourself is something that comes naturally.
You have the power inside you.
The hardships you go through and how you handle it will define you as a person.
Fear, it is a product of our imagination, causing us to fear things that do not at present and may not ever exist.
And then after a couple of months, you would be getting a little taste for something different. And you would move over to an adventurous dimension, where there were certain dangers involved and the thrill of dealing with dangers, and go on dangerous journeys.
It's only when we let people get in our ears and capitalize on insecurities that we start to second guess whether or not we belong.
Everything you need in life is already within you because you always had the power. You just had to learn it for yourself.
Do not misunderstand me. Danger is very real, but fear is a choice. We are all telling ourselves a story.
There is so much beauty in loving yourself and doing it fearlessly.
You can't connect the dots looking forward. You can only connect them looking backwards. So you have to trust that the dots will somehow connect in your future. You have to trust in something, your gut, destiny, life, because believing that the dots will connect down the road will give you the confidence to follow your heart, even when it leads you off the well-worn path. And that will make all the difference.
And after you've done that for some time, you'd think up a new wrinkle to forget that you were dreaming, so that you would think it was all for real, and to be anxious about it.
Those are the things that will set your soul on fire and make life worth living.
If, looking at it from another way, we push technology to its furthest possible development, and we had, instead of a dial telephone on one's desk, a more complex system of buttons, would give you anything you wanted. You would eventually have to introduce a button labeled surprise. Because all perfectly known futures, as I pointed out, are past. They have happened, virtually. It is only the true future is a surprise.